Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tropicana, a paradise on the Costa.
But in a country trapped in the past, a growing number no longer believe the old revolutionary has the answers. The time-warp charm of the old 1950s-style cabaret, Tropicana, faces a new, politically charged competitor. Cubans, both young and old, are daring to speak out.
The truth is behind the curtain in this country. The truth is behind the curtain, yes. And we open the curtain for the people.
Havana, the home of the socialist dream, a Latin American workers' paradise off the coast of America. But behind the dilapidated charm, big business is moving in. Corporate America is eyeing off a new market. So the United States was on the point of obliterating this country. Now here they are, doing what they do best, selling everything from chewing gum to cows.
We deliver the product with USDA inspection, Jacksonville, right.
It's gilt-edged capitalism. For close to 50 years, this revolutionary leader has famously defied the power of the United States. But the winds of change are blowing through this once isolated island state. 15 kilometres to the east of Havana lies Alamar. 300,000 people live in this massive Soviet-era housing estate. It was designed to provide a home for Cuba's loyal workers. But behind the walls of these tiny apartments, the agitation is growing. Across Alamar, young people like Alex Delgado and his group, Gente de Zona, have defied Havana. Rap concerts like this are a lifeline for hundreds of young Cubans. Unemployed, bored, and with little to look forward to, Sunday night is the one night of the week. By day, in central Havana, the reason for their urban despair is clear. The broken dreams of the urban young are one thing, but an hour out of Havana lies a country of faded lives. Cuba's economy is sagging and close to collapse. Sugar was the country's #1 export, but now half of Cuba's mills are closing down. Townships across the island are feeling the impact. But sugar is only one of Fidel Castro's problems. Since September 11, the tourism industry has been in free fall. A third of the country's hotel rooms have closed. Jobs have vanished and the American dollar has fled, though the leader has his own spin on that too. And with the leader on the defensive, old dissidents like Vladimiro Roca are now stepping up their attack. Vladimiro Roca is a one-time believer, a former government economist whose father, Blas Roca, wrote the Cuban Constitution. He's publicly criticised the Castro regime in the past and paid a heavy price. 5 years in jail for advocating democratic elections and improvements in human rights.
Buildings are quite run down.
For the first time since leaving jail in May, Vladimiro Roca is visiting the streets of central Havana, and he's shocked by what he sees.
Vladimir, what do you think when you see something like this?
The city looked like bombing after war.
On cue, two women beckon us from across the road. Nancy and Maria Eugenia tell Vladimiro Roca they've been living for 2 years in a disused cinema. In a desperate effort to get the voice of the people heard earlier this year, one of Cuba's best-known dissidents, Oswaldo Paya, took an unprecedented step. He began the Varela Project, collecting 11,000 signatures demanding new freedoms in Cuba: free elections, free speech, and the right for Cubans to own their own businesses. Across the country, Cuba's true believers are preparing to mark the 42nd anniversary of the Committees in Defence of the Revolution. Small neighbourhood groups set up by Fidel Castro as the ears and eyes of the government. As night falls across Havana, the rum begins to flow and these annual rituals of the revolution spill onto the streets. This is as much a celebration of the revolution as it is of Fidel Castro. Despite this display, a growing number are starting to contemplate a Cuba without its grandfatherly commander-in-chief at the helm.